Good evening, friends. I'm Dr. Ajay Shah, bringing this another Facebook Live. I was away on a vacation for 2 weeks, so I did not have a chance to do this weight loss live for last 2 weeks. So today I'm going to do an extended segment. Please watch segment 1 to 32 if you have not watched them. Also, share this on your page if you think it will help your other family and friends to lose weight, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. So let's start with today's segment. There was a question in the last segment that if I want to lose weight, how about the alcohol? So again, alcohol is a tricky subject. In the past, we used to think that alcohol has some benefit if you drink in a moderation. But now we have enough scientific proof that zero alcohol is the best policy. Obviously, we all like to have once in a while a small amount of alcohol, and that I understand, and that's okay. But if you really want to follow the science, zero alcohol is the best policy. Zero alcohol is the best policy. If you drink one beer that has typically anywhere from 200 to 300 calories. Even if you drink light beers, it has 100 calories. And from that calories, you can actually eat 1 to 3 pounds of green vegetable, which has a lot of micronutrients. Beer does not have any micronutrients. It obviously has many chemicals, which we will talk about it. It has a lot of empty calories, does not have any value to your health. On the other hand, if you eat green vegetables or if you eat whole food plant-based from the same calories, you will have a lot of health benefits. So what does the alcohol does to your body? Obviously, alcohol is bad for your weight loss. Whenever people drink alcohol, it's not only empty calories, but also people eat a lot of unhealthy food. Nobody eats broccoli with beer. Most people eat fries or pizza or pretzels or many other unhealthy food when they drink alcohol. Alcohol lowers your inhibitions to eat more and more unhealthy caloric food, and alcohol many times leads to a lot of binge eating. Alcohol many times also leads to a lot of binge drinking also, and before you know, you have a six-pack of beer, which sometimes can be anywhere from 800 to 1200 calories. A lot of people drink Bud Light Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, six-pack, and Bud Light, if you count six-pack, has about 800 calories, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 800 calories just from the beers plus all the unhealthy eating. So definitely, alcohol is not good for your weight loss. Alcohol is in a liquid form, so typically does not give you any satiety, and you still stay hungry. Um, Alcohol is very calorie dense food, so it has a lot more calories per pound you consume. Um, Alcohol affects your sleep, and a lot of time when people drink heavy alcohol, the sleep is disturbed, and next day not only they feel tired to exercise, but they also eat very unhealthy calories. When people don't sleep, their appetite goes up. Alcohol lowers your metabolism. Alcohol actually also has been proven to cause many cancers. Alcohol also obviously can cause liver disease, including cirrhosis and fatty liver. Alcohol also can cause a lot of heart disease, including atrial fibrillation and weakness of the heart muscle called cardiomyopathy. Alcohol also comes in a way of muscle building. So if you are trying to build some muscle and prevent sarcopenia, alcohol definitely will prevent that. Alcohol affects your mood. Alcohol causes depression. Alcohol causes anxiety. Alcohol can cause a lot of accidents if you are drunk. Alcohol will also come in your way of productivity during the daytime at your work and even at home. Alcohol lowers your testosterone. So for male, if you want to build muscle, if you want to have a good level of testosterone, drink minimum alcohol or no alcohol. Alcohol also has an estrogen-like effect. Matter of fact, now it's proven that alcohol actually can cause breast cancer also. A lot of times we hear that people have beer belly, and there is truth to it. People who drink regular heavy amount of beer, they always have beer belly. Um, Matter of fact, Chef AJ actually made a great comment that she had a client who was part of her support group. And when she stopped drinking alcohol and started eating whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, she went from martini to bikini. So if you want to go to bikinis, with summer still here and summer still and enjoying the beach time and enjoying outdoor activity in your bikini, quit the martini. So again, going from martini to the bikini. Very important that you try to minimize the alcohol. That means no more than 2 drinks for male and no more than 1 drink for female. Again, zero alcohol is the best policy. Obviously, if you have once a month or twice a month, I can understand, but you cannot have every night 1 to 2 alcohol. So try to avoid regular drinking and definitely avoid binge drinking as much as possible. Also, Chef AJ made another great comment. I was listening to her video, and I highly recommend you all to watch Chef AJ's video as much as possible. She's readily available on YouTube. She also has a lot of videos on Fox Over Nights. She does 1 or 2 YouTube and Facebook Live every day, and she has collected now more than 500 videos on YouTube, and they're all worth watching. Obviously, the video which I highly recommend is Caloric Density video by Chef AJ on Fox Overnight, and that's called Ultimate Secret to Weight Loss. So if you have not watched that video, please watch that video, Ultimate Secrets to Weight Loss by Chef AJ on Fox Overnight. Um, she also made a great comment that if you want to have $1 million figure, particularly for female or even for male, if you want to have $1 million figure, you cannot be keep eating at a $1 menu, which is typically at the fast food, $1 burgers and $1 fries. So if you want to have $1 million figure, you cannot be eating at a $1 menu. At the same time, I must say that a lot of the whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, if they are cooked at home, they can be very cost effective $1 to $3 menu. So if you make your own whole food, plant-based, no oil food at home, that can be very cost effective. Um, Fox Over Knives is a good program to follow. They have their own website. They also have Fox Over Knife Netflix documentary. I think it's also available on YouTube. And on their website, they actually give it out free now. So if you have not watched Fox Over Knives, please watch that video as soon as you can, hopefully within the next few days, and you will have an eye opener why to go whole food plant based. They also have a meal planner, which is very handy. I've tried it, I've used it, and in that meal planner, you can plan out your week. In each meal planner, they have different recipes, and it becomes very easy if you are starting a whole food, plant based, no oil lifestyle. Also, having a different type of spices in the house is very important. I recommended to go salt-free, sugar-free, and oil-free. And when you're trying to go salt-free, sometimes obviously you're going to miss the taste of the salt, and that's where those spices come in handy. And so if you have access to all different type of spices, either you can go to a healthy food store, or you can go to an Indian grocery store, or you can just go on Amazon and you can order all different type of spices, including black pepper, paprika, turmeric, uh, garlic powder, onion powder, and many other spices which you can have it in your kitchen. And whenever you cook, add variety of spices and your food will become very tastier, and then you will not miss out on the salt. Um, Also, I want you to learn how to increase your parasympathetic tone in your body. We have 2 kind of systems in our body: sympathetic system and parasympathetic system. Parasympathetic system is actually mediated by vagus nerve, and that parasympathetic system gives you rest and digest. And people who have higher parasympathetic tone, they always are lean, they always are healthier. I have a separate video on how to increase parasympathetic tone in your body. So please watch that video on my YouTube channel. Again, increase the parasympathetic tone if you want to lose weight. When I do this weight loss seminar, I like to cover more than what we just eat, because losing weight truly is more than we eat. Losing weight involves many variety of issues and things, which includes obviously having a high parasympathetic tone. Um, uh, Again, when you lose weight with a whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle, not only you will reverse heart disease, you will reverse diabetes, you will reverse high blood pressure, even you will reverse a lot of the autoimmune disease, including psoriasis, lupus, multiple sclerosis, and actually you will also stop the progression of Alzheimer's disease, and you may even reverse some of the Alzheimer's disease if it's in an early stage. So definitely losing weight with whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle not only has a benefit on weight loss, but also has a significant benefits on reversal of many chronic disease. I personally have benefited from that. My blood pressure is gone, my cholesterol is coming down, my pre-diabetes is gone. So you can achieve the same results and same success if you lose weight with whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle. Why I'm mentioning that? Because you can lose weight with many other diet, including keto diet, including Atkins diet, but those diet typically, matter of fact, make many disease worse, including heart disease and diabetes and many other disease worse. So try to follow whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle, and you will reverse many chronic disease. Uh, you can actually, as you go on this whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle, you will actually enjoy many of the newer aspect of having a joy from different things, which I'm going to list in a second, instead of eating unhealthy food. So what can you do to have joy in life instead of joy from unhealthy food? As we all know, our brain has dopamine receptors and dopamine centers, and when we eat those calorie dense food, when we eat oil, salt, and sugar, those dopamine receptors light up and make us want more and more of the same unhealthy food. So we need to train our dopamine receptors how we can get the same dopamine effect by doing other healthful things and healthful activities in our life. What are those activities? You can read actually a nice book. You can read a book about healthy living. You can read a book about happiness. You can read a book about meditation. So you can read to stimulate the dopamine receptors. You can go for a walk. Walking actually has shown to cause dopamine stimulation and as well as endorphin stimulation as well as serotonin stimulation, and walking will make you feel better, than even eating some unhealthy food and alcohol. Go for a massage, take a nap, sleep half an hour extra, sit in a sauna, exercise more vigorously, go walk in the sunlight or just sit in the sunlight, have a more social activity, call up a friend, or cook your healthy favorite dish, or clean your house or clean your kitchen, garden, or have a sex, or walk in the nature, or do whatever activity which you think will increase your dopamine stimulation, will make you more joyful and more happy. So again, you can definitely replace a lot of the unhealthy eating joy by many of these activities. Obviously, there are a thousand more activities you can think of, and whatever activities applies to you, you should do it. Whatever activity you enjoy. Some people like singing, some people like meditating. Whatever activities you enjoy, do those activities instead of having the unhealthy food give you the joy. Um, there's also another documentary which I want all of you to watch, and that's called Game Changers. Game Changer is a documentary about how athletes actually perform better when they go whole food plant based. And that documentary actually proves that not only to lose weight, but to actually perform at a much higher level as an athlete, you can actually go on a whole food plant based diet, and you don't need to rely on those animal-based protein and animal-based protein powders and protein shakes to get more performance. Matter of fact, in that documentary, it's proven that athletes who go whole food plant-based recover quicker and recover much more faster and recover much more completely when they go whole food plant-based no oil diet. There's actually also a new book out called Plant-Based Athlete. It has become a bestseller over the last 1 month. Worth getting the book, at least getting an audio on Audible and listening to both if you are an athlete, or even that book is a good book if you want to lose weight, because it walks you through what you can do to not just lose weight, but to be healthier and to be an athletic. I think losing weight is one aspect and becoming athletic is another aspect. Like I said, exercise and being athlete is good for longevity, good for preventing many of the chronic disease. So not only nutrition, what we eat, but also becoming an athlete is very important. And let me tell you one thing, you can become an athlete at any age. I'm not talking athlete means running ultra marathon. Athlete means just going from couch to walking 5K. I'm an athlete means just lifting 5, 8 pounds of dumbbells and doing some bicep curls and doing some chest press, doing push-ups, doing squats. So you can become an athlete in your own definition, in your own term. Athlete means just being physically better than yesterday you were. You don't have to compare yourself with Olympic athletes. You can just compare yourself how you were a month ago or 6 months ago and see physically you are stronger and physically you are better by doing higher and higher activity. That means you will be needing to do more cardio activity where you raise your heart rate. You will need to do some strength training, whether it's a body weight strength training like push-ups and squats, or machine-based weight training at the gym, or free weights at the gym or at home. But definitely you need to do weight training. You also need to do some stretches and yoga, and you need to do balance training. All these things are very important in terms of weight loss also, because as you get physically active, weight loss becomes easier, quicker, and weight loss maintenance also becomes easier. At the same time, let me pre-warn you, you can never out outrun a unhealthy diet. You can never outrun a unhealthy diet, because one donut has 3 to 400 calories. You need to run 1 hour, and nobody runs 1 hour after eating a donut. So you can never over exercise to overcome the unhealthy eating, but definitely exercise will help you to maintain the weight loss, and exercise has a lot of other health benefits. So I highly recommend to add exercise to your program when you're trying to lose weight. Again, please, if you're watching, share on your page if you think your friends and family will benefit. Ask questions, ask any concerns, share your experience, have any comments so I can read and answer your questions and comments. So again, what's that game changer documentary? I was also asked a question that a man who suffers from erectile dysfunction or sexual dysfunction, going on a whole food, plant-based, no oil diet and losing weight will improve their sexual function, will actually improve the erectile function, and by increasing your nitric oxide. Many men actually, when they go on a whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, they no longer need Viagra type drugs, and their sexual function improves. So again, that's obviously a side benefit of losing weight with whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. When you eat lots of vegetables, particularly beet and many of the green vegetables, nitric oxide in the body goes up, and nitric oxide is the one which is needed for erectile function. For erection. So if a man eats a lot of whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, their erectile function will improve. Um, Matter of fact, there's also a study done where when people eat just few weeks of whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, their memory also improves and their Alzheimer also improves. So if you or yourself or if any of your loved one suffers from early Alzheimer or early dementia, go on a whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, and I can assure you your memory will improve. Um, Again, I always have mentioned that when you try to lose weight, always keep in front of you why you are going on this weight loss journey, why you are going on this whole food, plant-based, no oil journey, whether it's to reverse the diabetes, reverse the high blood pressure, reverse the cholesterol, or fitting in a wedding dress, or go on a beach in a bikini, or go to a high school reunion, or whatever the reason is, but always have that purpose always in front of you. Maybe save it on your phone and look at it a few times a day, that this is the reason you're trying to lose weight. When you have a purpose in front of you, the success becomes easier and more assured. So always have a purpose in front of you. I was actually also experiencing personally myself that when you go on this whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, your depression improves, your anxiety improves, your mood improves, because a lot of the processed food is the reason depression, many of the mental illness happen, and even your sleep improves, which actually helps with the mood and with depression and with anxiety. So people who suffer from depression, going on a whole food, plant-based, no oil diet and losing weight will help with the depression also. Um, there was another question about soy products. Let me tell you, soy products in general are very, very safe. I don't want you to obviously eat only soy all day, but small amount of soy products every day is very safe. That means you can have soy milk in your tea, or you can have soy milk if you like to drink a milk. Soy milk is very safe. Matter of fact, soy products has a type of estrogen which protects you from many issues, including breast cancer. In Japan, when soy products were used a lot 30, 40 years ago, breast cancer incidence was the lowest incident. So again, soy products are safe, soy products are healthy. Soy protein is actually plant-based protein and is very healthy and very safe. So do not worry about soy products. Soy products are good for you. Read a lot of things on soy products. There are a lot of good videos. There's one good video by PCRM on soy products. Watch that video. But let me assure you, soy products are very safe, both for male and female. Soy products are very safe. There are also many unhealthy way of losing weight, which I listed in my previous segment, but let me re-list the unhealthy way of losing weight. If you go on a keto diet, you may lose weight, but that's not the healthy way of losing weight. Yeah, if a person smokes, that person may lose weight, but that's not the healthy way of losing weight. If a person develops depression, person develops anorexia, person develops cancer, person goes in starvation, a person has alcoholism, they all will lose weight, but that's not the healthy way of losing weight, because our job is to prevent many chronic disease, live long, be very healthy, get rid of medications, get rid of many chronic disease, and save the money on medication, save the money on many expensive procedures. So our job is to lose weight, to be healthier. Our primary goal, number one goal is be healthy, and number two goal is to lose weight, because you don't want to fit in a smaller casket by just losing weight, by doing unhealthy way of losing weight. Best way to lose weight is to healthy way to lose weight. Um, so again, I've been doing this weight loss seminar for last almost 6 weeks now. Many of you have watched all those segments, which I really appreciate. I'm really proud that you have hung in there to watch all 32 segments, and today's segment 33. So my question to you is, how many pounds have you lost in last 6 weeks following this whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle? What things are harder for you? What things are easier for you? Please share your journey. Please share your experience so other people can learn from it, and other people can also, employ some of the techniques which you have learned by doing it yourself. I have my own experience for last 5 years, but I also want to hear from your experience what has worked for you for last 6 weeks. I hope you watch all 32 segments. If you're not watched, please watch all 32 segments. They're all available on YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah. I also want you to share this today's live if you are watching live to your page so other people can benefit from this live also. Um, there was another question also about this burger meat substitutes, like those meatless burgers, like Impossible Burger and Beyond Burger. Those are good transition food going from beef burgers to plant-based burgers, but in general, those commercially made burgers are not very healthy choices. They have still a lot of saturated fat. They're very calorie dense. They also have many of the chemicals. So if you go from beef burgers, cow burgers to plant-based burgers, I think you are making a right transition. But you cannot stop that. If you like the burger, if you like the chewiness of the burger, start making your own bean burgers at home. My wife has a great recipe on our YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah, on how to make bean burgers. You can make your burgers at home in less than 1 hour, and you can make it for 1 or 2 weeks and just store them and save them and freeze them, and you can take it out those burgers every few days and eat. And typically, I would eat burger with either a whole sprouter bread or just burger by itself, because avoiding bread is the right thing to do if you're trying to lose weight. Any kind of flour in general should be avoided according to Chef AJ. So if you're trying to lose weight, avoid bread. But if you absolutely want to have a bread with burger, have a sprouted Ezekiel bread, whole wheat, multi-grain bread with your bean burger, which you can make it at home yourself. Uh, um, Again, meatless burgers also have a lot of salt at times in there. and it has a much lower fiber than you can make your own burgers at home. So make your own burgers at home as much as possible. There was also another question which I have covered many times about the protein. Many people ask me that if you are whole food, plant-based, no oil, vegan, how do you get your protein? Let me tell you, I get more protein than I need. Typically, most Americans get more protein than what is recommended, and people who eat more protein actually live less, and there are many other chronic disease. So again, higher protein means living less. Protein should be considered the least important macronutrient, even though many people will say that protein is the most important macronutrient. I like to disagree with that, and in my opinion, protein should be considered the last important macronutrient. When we eat whole food, plant-based, no oil diet and adequate calories, let me assure you, you will get adequate protein. For example, when you eat whole food, plant-based variety of food, including vegetables, green vegetables, starchy vegetables, fruits, intact grains, beans, legumes, and lentils, your average protein content is about 10% of the calories, 10% of the calories. So if you're eating 2000 calorie diet, you will get 200 to 300 calories from the protein, and that's about 50 to 75 gram of protein. And most women who are about 130, 140 pounds need about 50 to 55 grams of protein. Most men who are 150 to 200 pound weight, they need about 75 to 80 gram of protein. And if you eat adequate calories, you will get that much amount of protein. So do not worry about not getting adequate protein. You will get adequate protein. Matter of fact, protein requirements are much less than even what is recommended. There was a one study done in Israel where up to just 25 grams of protein, which was adequate per day for men and women both, just 25 grams. So again, our recommendations by USDA is actually almost twice than what's even required. So if you get recommended amount, you will be 100% fine, and you do not need more than recommended amount. You do not need 200, 150, 300, 250 gram of protein, even if you want to build muscle. Muscle building happens in the gym, not in the kitchen. You don't need more protein to build muscle. You need to lift weights on a regular basis in a safe way to build the muscle, not drink too much protein. Also, animal protein can stimulate IGF-1 pathway. Uh, IGF-1 pathway is an insulin growth factor pathway, IGF-1, and that actually has shown to cause many cancers. So animal protein definitely should be avoided as much as possible. Fortunately, plant-based protein, even if you eat slightly more plant-based protein, it's very forgiving and you will be okay. Ideally, you should not eat more protein than required, but in case if you eat slightly more plant-based protein, you'll be safe. But if you eat more animal-based protein, you will be exposing yourself to increased risk of cancer and also increased risk of dying. So again, avoid animal-based protein as much as possible. That means avoiding meat, avoiding fish, avoiding dairy, avoiding cheese, avoiding eggs. All those things are animal-based protein, and they all stimulate IGF-1, which is not good for you. Um, so again, protein, I've covered it many times. You do not need more protein than what is recommended. Try to go for plant-based protein. Have variety of food, variety of whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, and let me assure you, you will get adequate amount of protein. You will get adequate amount of protein. Um, Also, there was another question that many people who are vegan, being vegan is not enough because Oreos is vegan. Drinking Pepsi or Coke is vegan. So being vegan is not enough. You have to be whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. That means eating the food closest to the nature as much as possible. That means eating raw vegetables, cook green vegetables, cook starchy vegetables. Even you can try some non-cooked starchy vegetables. Even there are some people who eat non-cooked potatoes. You know, I don't recommend that, but some people do that. Eating intact grains like brown rice, black rice, quinoa, oat growth, millet, barley, rye. You can do all those things with intact grains. Also eating lots of legumes, beans, and lentils, and eating lots of fruits. If you eat this whole food plant-based, then you truly are a healthy vegan, because there are a lot of vegans who still develop a lot of chronic disease, a lot of heart disease, Eating French fries is vegan, eating potato chips is vegan, but those are the reasons people are getting obese and people are getting many chronic disease, including diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. So again, being vegan is not enough. There was also another question that in my family, I'm the only person who is trying to follow this whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle. Let me tell you one thing. Be a leader in your family. Be a leader among your friends. Be a leader at your workplace. If you follow whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle, and if you follow other five pillars of healthy lifestyle, you will actually set an example how a healthy person can be, how a lean person can be, and a lot of people will start following your footsteps. A lot of people will start respecting you, and actually think that you are a leader in terms of health movement. So be a leader in your family, eating whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. Other people will follow you. Let me tell you one thing, it will be hard if you're doing it yourself, but eventually people will follow when they see you, they see your energy, they see your results, they see you becoming leaner, they see that you are getting off medications, they see that you are reversing many chronic diseases, including diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure. They see that you're sleeping better. They see that your skin is glowing. They see that your productivity has gone up. They see that you are making more money. They see that you are essentially becoming more successful with eating whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, and following all other six pillars of healthy lifestyle, and they will start following you. So in the beginning, you may be alone by yourself, but in few weeks, in few months, you will have tons of followers. So definitely uh, definitely be the leader, and let everybody follow you. You actually can be a leader in your community, also at your church. Even you can be a leader in your city, you can be a leader in your state, you can even lead the nation. So be that leader of whole food, plant-based, no oil movement, and spread the words like I'm trying to do it myself. You will enjoy it, you will learn from each other, you read more, you watch more videos, and you will actually become knowledgeable person for yourself and for all your followers. I also like to say that as an American, we are actually not doing well when it comes down to health. We are 32 in terms of the nation, in terms of longevity. We spend tons of more money on health in America, but we are number 32 in the world in terms of longevity. We are also number one in the world in terms of obesity, number one in the world in terms of obesity. And I have mentioned many times, 43%, and these are 2-year-old statistics. In 2019, 43% Americans were obese. I think by now it's probably 45%, and I expect 50% in next 3 to 5 years. And that's very alarming statistic. America is getting obese. America is getting overweight. Almost 80% Americans are overweight, and people who are not overweight are typically because they are smokers, they have cancer, they're depressed, they're alcoholic. So truly healthy, healthy lean American are probably less than 2 or 3%, and that's very, very depressing, very, very alarming, very, very dangerous for our country's health. Matter of fact, new recruits in the army are having hard time because they are not able to fit their fitness test. They're not able to fit in their uniforms. They're not able to run. They're not able to carry heavy weight. So it's becoming a major national crisis, not just in terms of the healthcare crisis, but in terms of our defense also. So a lot of young kids who are recruited into army are becoming obese and are not able to get in the army. So that needs to be reversed. That needs to be changed, and that's where this whole food, plant-based, no oil diet comes in. And I mentioned that again and again. The standard American diet, it's a sad diet. Truly, it's a sad diet. Standard American diet has a 65% processed food, 25% animal products, 10% plant-based food, but out of that 10%, 8% is French fries and ketchup. So truly, we eat only 2% whole food, plant-based in America. 98% of our food is mostly junk food or animal product, and that needs to change. So if you are one of the American who is obese, who is overweight, and eating the standard American diet, that needs to change. In my practice, every day I see tons of obese patients. I see tons of obesity in younger and younger group in the 20s and 30s, and that's very, very dangerous. That's very, very alarming. Uh, uh, and I think if we work together, we can change this thing. So spread these words, spread the knowledge, watch more of the videos, share these videos on your page, and see if we can change this trend of obesity. There was also another question that some people think that having one or two unhealthy meal per week is okay. Well, obviously, it's better than every unhealthy meal. So if you are having three unhealthy meal, then 18 unhealthy meal, I understand that. But let me tell you, every unhealthy meal has a potential to cause dangerous health event. After Thanksgiving dinner, next morning, there are a lot more heart attack. So even just one meal can precipitate heart attack, can precipitate stroke. So try to avoid all unhealthy meal as much as possible. Actually, there was a study done that after the fatty meal, the blood vessels did not function well. After fatty meal, there was more sexual dysfunction. And after just feeding plant-based meal, a lot of the blood vessel function and a lot of the sexual dysfunction improved. And that was clearly shown in Game Changer documentary, which I recommended earlier. So again, one unhealthy meal is also can be a reason for precipitating a very, very dangerous event, including precipitating a heart attack. So try to avoid as much unhealthy meal as possible. Hopefully, all 21 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, are whole food, plant-based, no oil, and you avoiding all unhealthy meals as much as possible. Uh, Also, some people have habit of having a snack of granola bar or protein bars or many other bars, nut bars. Those are very processed. Those are very unhealthy. Best thing is to eat the food in the whole form as much as possible. That means eating a small amount of nuts, very small amount of nuts, no more than 1 ounce of nuts per day, or having oat groats, or having fruits as a snack, or having carrots or vegetables as a snack, whatever whole food plant-based snack you like, or having air fried potatoes as a snack, whatever you like, in a whole food plant-based snacks is the better way to go than eating granola bars or protein bars. And let me tell you one thing, those granola bars and protein bars are very expensive when it comes down to preparing your own whole food plant-based no oil snacks. Whole food plant-based no oil snacks can be less than 50 cents if you make it yourself, while those granola bars can cost $2 or $3 or $4 sometimes, and they're very processed. There are a lot of chemicals. They are not healthy for you. Same way, those breakfast cereals should be avoided, including those honey nut Cheerios. Even though it says it's heart healthy, those are very processed. Those have very high glycemic index. They raise your sugar. There are a lot of chemicals in there. And avoid all the breakfast cereals also, and have your own oatmeals or oat groats. Oat groats are the best way to start your morning. Oat groats are the least processed oat, and you can make oat groats, either sweet oat groats with fruits and cereals, I mean with fruits and berries or soy milk, or you can make oat groats which are spicy, or you can have oat groats in a lentil soup. That's why my wife makes it, oat groat in a lentil soup. And oat groat can replace actually some of the rice items in Indian meals. So if you like rice type consistency, oat groat, cooked oat groats with a dal. Dal is an Indian dish. Oat groat with a dal or oat groat with a lentil soup can be a very healthy dinner item. I also highly recommend to have green vegetables with each meal. Green vegetables with breakfast, green vegetables with lunch, green vegetables with dinner. I also highly recommend to have one bean, lentil, or legume item with your breakfast, with your lunch, with your dinner. Uh, Chef AJ highly recommends green vegetables with every meal, and Brenda Davis, who's another great dietitian, recommends bean, legume, or lentil with each meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So again, try to do that, and you will lose weighting. You will start losing weight automatically. There was also a question about having a certain disease like acne and asthma, and a lot of allergies. They all improve when you go on whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. Matter of fact, when you give up on the dairy, cow dairy. When you give up on the cow dairy, a lot of acne clears out, a lot of asthma improves, a lot of the stomach upset improves, a lot of the bowel issues improve, a lot of the stomach upsets improves. Uh, a lot of the respiratory illness improves, a lot of even inflammatory disorders, including psoriasis and skin improves. So again, giving up on animal products, including dairy, is very, very important. When it comes down to animal products, I definitely want you to avoid all the processed meat like bacon, salami, and hot dogs. Processed meats are actually one of the most unhealthy food you can ever find. Processed meat are carcinogen. That means they can cause cancer, and processed meat should be avoided by all means. That means avoiding bacon, salami, hot dogs. All those things should be avoided by all means possible. Even many hospitals still serve bacon in the morning in the breakfast in the cafeteria, and that should be avoided by all means. Again, eliminating dairy products, try it yourself. In 2-3 weeks, you will see the major change. Your skin will improve, your inflammation will improve, your stomach upset will improve, your acne will improve, your asthma will improve, even your diabetes may improve. So try to ditch the dairy as soon as you can and go to plant-based milk, either soy milk, unsweetened soy milk, or almond milk, or oat milk, whatever plant-based milk you like or see. Also, there was a question about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is very important. That means limiting the eating window to 8 to 12 hours. That means either skipping breakfast or skipping dinner, and try to eat within 8 to 12 hours. I personally prefer having a light dinner 4 hours before you go to sleep. Breakfast is probably a difficult meal because we are all busy in the morning living for work. But ideally, breakfast should be the heaviest meal and dinner should be the lightest meal. Actually, many old cultures, even in Hinduism, where I come from, dinner was considered the least important meal. And in Hinduism, in our scriptures, it's been advised that eating a late night meal is essentially a door to the hell and making you very unhealthy. So try to avoid the late night meals, definitely, 2-3 hours before you go to sleep. Last meal should be 4 hours before you go to sleep. So have a heavy breakfast and very light dinner 4 hours before you go to sleep. Um, when you keep your insulin level throughout the night low, like between 9, 10 p.m. and until in the morning 7 or 8 a.m., when insulin levels are low, you start burning fat. So if you really need to lose some fat around your belly or around your body, then keeping insulin level low 12 hours a day, particularly at night, becomes very important and you start burning the fat. So try to have a meal between like 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. And when if you can narrow the window to 8 hours, that would be even better. Um, Actually, there was also a question about people with polycystic ovarian disease and infertility. Women who have polycystic ovarian disease, which I have covered in different segments, polycystic ovarian disease, and women who have infertility, when they go on a whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, and when they lose weight in a healthy way, they actually start reversing those disease, and they actually have an easy of getting pregnant again. Dr. Nell Bernard has many examples in his book, A Body in Balance, that when a woman start eating whole food, plant-based, no oil diet, and start losing weight, they have much easy way of becoming pregnant. So very, very important. There was a question on the Facebook that there was a type 2 diabetes and sleep issue and a foot pain. I think if that person goes on a whole food plant-based no oil diet, they can reverse many of the type 2 diabetic complications, including neuropathy. So please watch my video on diabetes. It's already on YouTube. There are different segments. There's a one video which is 4 hour long on type 2 diabetes. Please watch that video on my YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah. It was done last year. Watch all the videos on diabetes I've done. I also done a video on pre-diabetes with the AARP. Please watch that video also. And if you follow whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle, you will reverse your diabetes. You will lose weight. You will reverse even some of the neuropathy and foot pain, and your sleep will improve also. So again, Thanks for that comment and question. I hope it was helpful. Back to our seminar. Um, um, Actually, when I give these lectures, a lot of my knowledge has come over last 5 years. Even as a cardiologist for last 26, 27 years, I did not know much about nutrition. Most doctors get 3 to 5 hours of education about nutrition in their medical school and in their training in the residency. I did not have much education about nutrition at all. Matter of fact, you, all the listeners today and on the YouTube channel, can actually know more than nutrition about nutrition than their own doctors. Most doctors actually are not expert on nutrition. So you can become an expert on nutrition by watching my videos, by watching other YouTube videos, by reading books, by watching documentaries, and you know what is good for you when it comes down to eating. Most doctors actually are not very good when it comes down to nutrition. Many doctors still recommend keto diet. Many doctors still recommend Atkins type diet, South Beat diet. A lot of the weight loss programs, a lot of bariatric surgeries, and those are, in my opinion, are not necessary and many times unhealthy. Again, she's asking for a link for diabetes. So please go to my YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Dr. Ajay Shah. Just go to YouTube and scroll down on the videos. It was done last year, I think last May or June, and start watching those diabetes videos. I don't have any way of putting the link right now, but if you go on my YouTube channel and just scroll down on the videos, and you'll be able to find those videos on diabetes. Uh, Actually, there's a very grim statistics right now in America. Every 40 second, there's a one heart attack in America. Every 40 second. So there are. By the time I finish this talk, there will be tons of heart attack already happen in America. Tons of heart attack, and many of this heart attack leads to death. That obviously needs to stop. And obesity is one of the major reasons for having a lot of heart disease and a lot of heart attack. So if you already have heart disease, you can reverse it with following whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle. Follow my videos. Also, other videos on heart disease on my YouTube channel. Watch those videos. Um, you can get off your cholesterol medicine if you follow whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. Obviously, ask your doctor whether you can do it or not. You can also prevent, many heart disease, including having stent, bypass surgery, prevent many heart attacks if you go on a whole food, plant-based, no oil diet. Again, these things are very important because this is a weight loss seminar, but let me tell you, weight loss is not our primary goal. Our primary goal is to get healthier. Our primary goal is to prevent many of the chronic disease, including heart disease, stroke, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, Alzheimer's disease, many cancers. So goal is to be healthier, and secondary goal is to lose weight. And that's the reason I want you to make this process a lifestyle, not just a diet. Going on a whole food, plant-based, no oil essentially changing a whole lifestyle instead of just going on a diet for 1 or 2 months. Once you make this as a habit, once you make this as a lifestyle, your whole life will change and you will start reaping a lot of benefits of this lifestyle. I have personally experienced that, and you will experience the same. And you will say that thing in use that thing in 1 to 3 months. You will see major change in your whole life, including your health, including your sleep, including your productivity, including your financial status, including your leadership, including your mood. If you go on this whole food, plant-based, no oil journey, along with 5 other pillars, which include sleep, exercise, relationship, substance abuse, including avoiding alcohol, and stress management. So again, losing weight is not just what we eat. Losing weight is much more holistic than that, and that's the reason all my segments on this weight loss includes more than what we just eat. It includes all the holistic approach instead of just giving you some diet trips or telling you what to eat. It's more than what we eat. Uh, I think I'm going to stop here. This is a longer segment. So please share this on your page. This will be on YouTube, hopefully by tonight or tomorrow. Watch all the 32 segments, including this segment. Watch again and again. Take notes. Ask me questions. Have comments. So that way we know that you are learning and you are interacting and you are also teaching us from your own experience. So have a great evening. I will see you again. Uh, Tomorrow I'm going to do a video on how to lower your cholesterol. I'm going on my own cholesterol journey, which I will take you on that journey. I stopped taking my statin a few weeks ago. I'm going to see whether I can lower my cholesterol just by lifestyle changes. So I'm going on a very, very aggressive, healthy lifestyle changes more than even what I do. And I want to see if my cholesterol starts coming down. Now, in fact, I'm going to check my cholesterol more frequently over the next 3 months and update you with my cholesterol numbers as often as I can to see if my cholesterol is coming down. Tomorrow, please stay tuned. If you have a high cholesterol, and I'll be doing a live on how to lower cholesterol and taking you on a journey with me. So have a great evening. Sleep well tonight. Uh, Eat healthy if you have not eaten your dinner. Try to eat 4 hours before you go to sleep. Sit in the sauna, spend time with your spouse, spend time with your family, and have a great evening. Thank you very much.